The new Link monster is pretty boss indeed. Well, when I can mouse over to show you guys. Well, set 1 pass is great against Harpies. In this instance, I have Indulgence and Desires. I'm going to go ahead and go for Indulgence first, because I would prefer to have my... Okay, well, it's not too bad. We didn't banish our egotists. Oh, wait, we lost 2 of our Harpies. It's fine, though. As long as we have 1. Well, that's because the Harpies don't have draw power. I wanted to add it in there. But let's go ahead and get started. That. Add that elegant egotist. Unfortunately, I would say this is a very passive hand. But I mean, it's set Ash pass, or I can go ahead and wait 1 turn, potentially get something much better. So I'm just going to set that as well, and we'll go ahead and I mean, I honestly don't need this card, but I want to protect this, and later we can hopefully pop our own Hysteric Sign. It will be good. Oh, that silver gadget. Oh, we got that 10 goldfish. What the heck is he playing? Do we sell Chidori? Okay, cool. I don't play that many cards. Oh, what is going on? Ooh, Gear Gigant? I haven't seen that guy in a long time. Oh, no. Year News is normal too, so we should be a-okay on this. The heck is this? Gravity Blaster? It's an interesting card. I've never heard of Gravity Blaster. Granted, I don't think it's the greatest card. That's it? That's it? Alright. Oh, this card's not exactly a big threat at all. It's kind of RNG. I'm down to go for it though. Oof. Let's go ahead and... I mean, do I really want to hear that? I don't think it's like that big of a deal, but... a lot of options here. And the other card isn't really that big of a threat at all. But, I mean, the point of this is to go for the new card anyways, so I might as well. So we'll go ahead and pop this card over here. We're going to activate this card's effect. It's going to actually bounce back itself, and then we'll actually get another summon here. And then we can resummon it. And then we can actually pop the Hysteric Sign. Then we get this effect because I actually bounce back the card that's part of her effect, and she can actually protect herself as well. So we're going to do that, get rid of our own Hysteric Sign. We're going to go ahead and attack. I don't even know what the point of that card is, the no negate effect. But we're going to go ahead and get some damage in here. And this card is just MVP, probably the best card in the game. Especially since like you can just, at any point, if he's going to destroy my cards, it's fine. He's going to destroy that. So we'll have a lot of extra fodder here. We're going to go ahead and there's no point of setting this card, guys, the Harpie's Featherstorm, simply because it's free anyways. And during the end phase, we're going to actually get the effect of our Hysteric Sign. And we're going to go ahead and be able to add whatever we want to our hand, which is great. We can go for the roosting here, since we are going to be able to have multiple Harpies in the graveyard already. We can go for Queen just to get more cards. We can add the Oracle, which is another one of the newer cards. I should also go for Channeler. Let's go ahead and activate this as well. So we get the Harpist. We're not going to negate our own Harpist. We're going to go ahead and go for the Perfumer. This card, let's just add whatever we want. And so right now, guys, I'm in an optimal position. I don't really know exactly what the heck this card is, the Gravity Blaster card. So it permanently gains extra bonus attack. If a battles an opponent's monster, that monster's effect is negated during that battle phase only. I just feel like this card doesn't really have very much use, but there might be some weird combo with it. Channeler is a great card. So what is this? Oh, this is pretty much, if I activate this, it's just game over. This makes it so he can't do anything for the rest of his turn. Like, it negates all effects, which is a really OP card, and you can activate it from your hand, and it's searchable. And on top of that, if you would try to destroy me, I'm going to destroy my Hysteric Sign, and then during the end phase, add triple cards. Alternatively, yeah, there's really no plays out of that from him. And I really like using the Dancer. This is just bread and butter. Like, I wish we went for Channeler in this instance here. I mean, I could technically pop it, but it doesn't search till the end phase anyways. If it did, that'd be really awesome. But we can go ahead and, it doesn't really matter at this point what we do. This one just lets us search out another card anyways. We can pop our own Hysteric Sign. I'm not going to activate Hysteric Sign. Might as well add free extra cards. We got the split mirrors. And then if I want to, like, yeah, it would have been much better if I added Channeler, but I have no idea what he was going to go for. But we can go ahead and, Oracle gets its effect when it's normal or special, but this card has an effect where it allows me to add another card. This card is just there, like, it doesn't really matter, because we can get that effect anyways. And pretty much at this point, we can also activate this. Not that there's a target anyways, but we're also going to always set those cards because we can just keep on searching cards out for free. And let's just attack. But yeah, had I went for Channel, we could have made a more aggressive play. Easily, well, unless I banished my pet dragon. I only play one pet dragon. Most people only play one pet dragon. In fact, I probably could have made a game if I didn't summon Oracle, but I'm trying to show you guys gameplay of the other cards effects. So we got Hysteric Sign over here. It's gonna let us search out 3 cards. Yeah, let me just add this. Yeah, it's just the amount of advantage that you get. What I'm trying to showcase off, guys, is the effect of Conductor. So we also get Oracle's effect. We can add Elegant Egotist back to our hand, only to discard it later because we don't need it. So I don't play Cowboy anymore. I don't play Cowboy anymore, but it's more so that I want to showcase off this other effect. So if a Harpie monster would be destroyed by battle by card effect, I can destroy this card instead. Oh, well, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. But if I had Channeler, I'd be able to go. I can go to Chidori now. This is a really cool card. I can go into Chidori, and as soon as it's summoned, it bounces. But it's just like these old classic cards that are really good. But I don't know what he was playing. But there's so many variants. The only card that's really questionable to me, and I had no idea what the heck he was playing, which was that booster card. I have no idea what that was, but I did want to showcase off another quick little replay here before I go into a brief little deck profile. It's basically just trying to showcase off the new Harpie stuff. Anyways, the new Harpie stuff is actually pretty good. The one thing that I didn't really like with Harpies is there's no draw power in the deck, and I feel like if you can cycle through the deck really fast, right? That's why I'm playing Pot of Indulgence. I'm just playing 1 Desires and 2 Indulgence. Because I felt like the extra deck, all I needed was Conductor. You can make a Tomahawk build, and then you can go for other plays. But at that point, I'd rather just play another deck if I'm just going to make a Link Spam deck. Yeah, I understand that they are win tokens, but he ends up going for a Brave Neos. I go for this to special summon 3 Harpies here. And this will actually proc its effect to be able to add another Harpie card from the graveyard as well. Because that gets effect when it's normal or special summon. It has to list specifically the Harpie Sisters. Some people are playing the Harpie Sisters. I really don't care for it. I just use that Elegant Egotist as basically another fodder card. But at this point, it's just going to go ahead and be game. So we're able to bounce back. I'm really trying to utilize the bounce back effect of Conductor. But even with Conductor, I don't think this makes Harpies like an S tier deck. But I had some cool ideas, and I'm kind of just over the deck. Honestly, it plays like how it used to play with the addition of course, this. You have the ability to kind of make it so your opponent hopefully just won't bounce back this card. If this card had the effect where like your opponent cannot target Harpie cards, you'd be looking at something much, much better. If you happen to go for Phantasmal Dragon, it makes so your opponent cannot target any Harpie monsters with effects or for attacks. This card plus this card would open up a very, very nasty play. But this requires 3 of them, and this of course requires 2. You can easily Hysteric Party, and the original idea of my deck was to try to get both of them out, and then make it so you can't target me, and then you can't destroy me by battle or by card effects. It's a very annoying way to play. In fact, sometimes Harpies will just win because of Phantasmal Dragon, because its effects can only be applied while it has material, but it should have 3 material, and then during each one of your end phases you detach one. So basically you get to hit them for 6k almost for free. But when you can combine both of them, you're really set up to make your opponent a little bit frustrated. But what I really like with the deck now, with a few of the new cards, like Roosting, I honestly am just playing some of these cards just because they are new. But when you go for the Tomahawk play, your opponent also takes no further battle damage, but it doesn't really matter for the most part. But you can make some other things. I was also thinking the Anti-Spell Fragrance would be really nasty to slow the opponent down so they will set stuff, and then you can make things like Lightning Chidori. I was kind of just messed around with the extra deck. You can probably make this a little bit better, but if you guys want the deck profile, I'll give it to you guys. If you guys have any suggestions for it, I'd love to hear it. So yeah, we pretty much used majority of the new cards minus Oracle. Oracle, it just allows you to play a little bit more aggressive, and as long as you control a level 5 or higher Harpie monster, which can be Channeler after Pet Dragon. It just lets you special summon this card from your hand, which allows you to have easier access to making Tomahawk plus this. But at that point, again, I just felt like it was another Link spam deck, and I'm like, dude, I could just play Firewall Dragon FDK if I wanted to. So I tried to make it more about just going for this card's effect and abusing the Dancer so he could just bounce back and bounce back. But which you guys did see from the replays. I tried to show you guys the other effect where it's supposed to protect your Harpies from being destroyed by battle by card effect. I was going to destroy my sign, but it was pretty much, it didn't really matter anyways. But yeah, here's the deck profile. So I'm playing 1 Dragon, double Queens, double Harpist, triple Channeler, triple Perfumer, 2 copies of Oracle, 2 copies of Dancer, 2 copies of Ash Blossom, 1 Veiler, 1 Desires, 2 Indulgence. You can honestly probably put 1/1, and then if you wanted to, you could put the Sisters, or you could put the generic vanilla Harpie. I've seen people do that as well. Playing Foolish for Harpist to search out whatever I want, and also it's just another card that lets me add more field to this. Again, the whole point of it, I was going to show this annoying combo, but it's so rare to pull off that I would just say it's not worth it. But yeah. Anyways, where are we at? We're at the draw power. We got Foolish. And then Elegant Egotist. Again, I just use it for fodder for free extra card. And then Roosting. Occasionally you'll be able to draw the +2. I don't think I've ever gotten this effect off, but basically you have to have gone through your combo, and then you then you have not Harpist. You have Channeler, then bring out Pet Dragon, and then if you have this, you get to go +1. I don't think this card is actually that great at all. I think that this card was just literally thrown in there because I was like, let's go play 1 of each of the new cards. Then we have 3 copies of Hysteric Sign. Excellent card. I actually contemplated, and in the earlier stages I was playing Magical Hats, and I like it with Hysteric Sign. It's just kind of fun. It lets them kind of have an early game. Sometimes I feel like this deck is just like, you have like Hysteric Sign, your Anti-Spell Fragrance, you got the Hysteric Party, and then you get the Pet Dragon, and you're like, I brick, I lose. I don't know. And bricks do happen, it's just Yu-Gi-Oh! But we got Hunting Ground, 2 copies of that. I was playing 3/3, but I don't know. It isn't bad to play 3/3. You can, like I said, you can drop Indulgence if you want to. Then play 3 Featherstorm. I would never drop this. And then we have 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance just to slow my opponent down here and force them to set their spell cards so I can actually pop them, because otherwise, yeah, your opponent's probably not going to be setting stuff too often. Traps are just not even good in Yu-Gi-Oh! For the most part, other than the Psalms, which I decided on playing as well. It was more so that I felt it was unnecessary for me to play Solemn, because I would just protect myself, and that was kind of how the deck runs anyways. And if I was to wanted to make something and then set Solemn, I would have rather just made other cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! But because of the playstyle, I felt like I would rather just play no back row, other than I guess the back row that could actually proc its effect and get free extra stuff. For example, like Hysteric Sign, if it's destroyed, you get a bonus card. And then also, Split Mirrors can actually give you a Harpie card. I like Split Mirrors. I really don't like Feather Roosting too much. Another thing that you can do with the Split Mirrors is if you use Magical Hats, this is an excellent other target, because if it's destroyed when your opponent attacks into it via Magical Hats, you can actually get back another Harpie. So you can theoretically, if you just have one Harpie monster, you can block 4 attacks with if you have Split Mirrors and then Hysteric Sign. And another, oh well, you have to have no monster for this in the first place. But then I really liked his third party. I think it was just a really excellent card just to go for Conductor, and then I'd be good to go on that. It is a very, very decent card, but I'm trying to really utilize that second effect where if another Harpie monster is returned to the hand, you could just special summon another one. Alternatively, Harpus also has that effect where you target a Winged Beast monster you control and another face-up monster your opponent controls, and you bounce them back. This also has that utility, and that's the whole point of me building it with like the Harpus. Some people just don't really like this card, that's understandable. But anyways, yeah, this is a new Harpies in action, guys. Let me know what you thought of it. If you're watching this on YouTube, drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh content, hit the subscribe button. You'll see more, man. Thanks for watching. If you have suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. But peace out.